Dragonite, do you remember me?
Don't you dare use it, Claire!
Gym Leader Claire, use Hyper Potion! Ah! Hello YouTube! This is Chriz Maniac, your friendly neighborhood maniac, bringing you folks another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. And this battle is a Yu match versus my boy Zunjo. So looking at both of our teams, it looks like we have pretty normal Yu teams on both of our sides. As for my team, I have my Volt Turning team, which is used for Yu. I don't know how it'll work in Yu. Volt Turn works really well in OU, but I don't know about Yu. My Crobat's there, and my Darmanitan, and my Manectric is there to U-turn and Volt Turn out of there to get offensive pressure on my opponent in my favor. And looking at Zunjo's team, it looks like he has a pretty random assortment of Pokemon. I can't figure out what he's gonna do with it, but he has a Kingdra right there, and he has a Smeargle. Now this should give you folks a heads up that his Smeargle will set up Sticky Web, and his Kingdra is there. That's like a 100% critical rate Kingdra. And this Kingdra actually does so much damage to my team later on in the match. You'll see. This is like a showcase for how 100% critical hit Kingdra can do, how much damage it can do. Anyways, on to the match. I lead off with my Manectric, and I switch out right there because I know his Flygon might be scarfed, so I don't want my Manectric dying just yet, so I bring my Crobat to take the Earthquake. But he just goes for the U-turn, and now he brings in his Aggron just to wall my Crobat. So now we're all caught up. His Mega Aggron, Mega evolves into his Mega Aggron. Oh man, so repetitive right there. I said Mega Aggron before Mega Aggron. Anyways, I just U-turn right there because I can't really do much to this Aggron. I don't have some sort of move that's effective against Steel types. And this is my banded Crobat. This isn't my default Crobat. And that comes into play later on. Anyways, I bring in Akhenaten, my Cofagrigus. I should take this Heavy Slam well, right? But no, I don't take it well. This Aggron gives me so much damage. And I was expecting way less than that. But I guess Mega Aggron is a beast. It hits really well and takes physical hits really well, apparently. But he switches out right there because he doesn't want to Will-O-Wisp to the face. And he goes Smeargle, maybe protecting my Shadow Ball. But I just go for a Pain Split because I was thinking he might go for the Heavy Slam once again and try to knock out my Cofagrigus. But I would live with a sliver of health and I could get all my HP back. But this still worked pretty well for me. I broke this Smeargle Sash and I'm almost at full HP. So I'm fine with that. I bring in Gale, my Crobat, just to finish off this this Smeargle thing. And he sets up a Sticky Web, and that kind of sucks because now my Darmanitan and my Manectric are gonna have a more difficult time fighting in this battle because they're slower, and I really need to take out the Sticky Web from my side of the field. So I finish off his Smeargle with a banded Brave Bird, and that's like freaking overkill right there. Actually, that's not banded. I actually put the wrong item on my Crobat. I thought this was my default Crobat before we began the battle. But this is indeed my banded Crobat. Well, it's designed to be anyways, but has leftovers on it. But that doesn't really come to play because this Flygon just outspeeds me and takes me out with an Outrage. I bring in Ellie, my spinner for this team, my Donphan, and he's gonna be scared out of a Night Shard. So I was like, okay, I could pretty much spin safely here, and I can take one Outrage. But he just stays in right here. Oh yeah, of course he stays in because he can't get out of Outrage. So I go for Rapid Spin right there, taking away the Sticky Web. That's my #1 priority because Sticky Web really wrecks my team. Anyways, now he can switch out because it's out of Outrage, and he doesn't get the third turn Outrage, unfortunately for me. In comes Wrecked, and I go for a knockoff on his switch. And I love how Donphan attacks, it just spins into a ball. That's so cool. It reminds me of Sonic when he does that. Anyway, set Stealth Rocks, and I'm fine with that. I can just spin it away, and I can just keep Earthquaking you. So yeah, let's just keep going. He goes for Heavy Slam. Right here, does heavy damage to Ellie, considering that I'm actually, I'm not really that much of a defensive wall. I have max HP, max attack with Assault Vest, which is BT's set for this guy. If you watch BT, this other YouTuber. But I copied that set, and it works pretty well. You can take Chandelore's Fire Blast and retaliate back with a Earthquake and absolutely wreck Chandelure. Supposedly, anyways. So Zunjo sees the futility of setting up Stealth Rocks because I have a spinner right here. So he just goes for the kill right here, and down goes my my Donphan. And I bring my Manectric right here. I Mega Evolve into my Mega Manectric, intimidate that Aggron, and who isn't intimidated by this big Thunderbolt? Well, not me, because the Thunderbolt design is not that good, in my opinion. I don't like Mega Manectric's design, it looks really weird. But anyways, I go for the Volt Switch right here, which was a ballsy play. He could have brought in his Flygon, but now I just got the better end of the prediction right there by taking out this Aggron. So down goes the Aggron, and I bring in Jalapeno, my Darmanitan, and it's now time for me to start destroying stuff because I have a lot of momentum. But now he brings in this Flygon, which obviously outspeeds me because that thing has Earthquake, which is Scarfed. So yeah, I can't really take that. And I bring Akhenaten just to wall this thing. I hardly get any damage from this Flygon. And Flygons are really like skirmishers. They're really quick, and they hit. They don't hit that hard. And they're kind of frail. I mean, they're kind of frail, yes. So the only thing about them is that they're really quick. But it works really well in Zunjo's favor at this point because I can't really do much with my Volt Switchers, and my Volt Switch and my U-Turner because his Earthquake does super effectively against both of them. So I can't really do much. So now it's Spin to Win versus my Cofagrigus, and I just burn that thing. I knocked it off, I believe. And that's a shot right there. I bring in Charlie, my Stealth Rocker for this team, my Kecleon. And how the heck does Kecleon learn Stealth Rock? That's so weird. But right here, this is kind of a mistake. No, actually, this is a big mistake because I thought with the burn, I could take a close combat because I have max HP in this guy, but I guess not. And he goes for close combat right here, does heavy damage to Charlie. Although I take that I take that reasonably well. That doesn't OHKO me, thankfully. And I transform into a fighting type, so theoretically, I could survive another close combat because it's not super effective against me, and after leftover recovery, and I could recover off and just switch out right there. That's what I was planning to do right here. So, yeah, Charlie's taking heavy damage from this thing, so instead of Stealth Rocks inside the field, and right here I was predicting him to close combat me again, but I should have switched out into my Cofagrigus, blocking his Rapid Spin. But nope, he goes for a Rapid Spin, and I don't get my rocks up, and now I can change back into normal type. And now he can hit me super effectively with his false combat once again. So now we're back to square one, and he's basically burning down slowly while I don't get my rocks up, and that kind of sucks. So I guess it's fine. It's good. It's good on my part. His Hitmontop is slowly losing health, like very little health. But I get out of there because I don't want to take another false combat to the face. And I bring in my Claire, my Manectric to intimidate him, and after his burn and my Intimidate, I don't think his plus combat will do much to me. But right here, he gets a crit. But even with that crit, he doesn't do much to me, so that's great. And now, I predict his Flygon to switch in, and predicted my Volt Switch, and with this prediction, I'm going to Hidden Power Ice this Flygon and take it out. Well, hopefully anyways. Even though he stays in, he will receive heavy damage from my Hidden Power Ice, because Hidden Power Ice would really wreck him at -2, but he brings in his Flygon, I go for the Hidden Power, wrecking his Flygon, and down goes his Flygon. So that is awesome. That thing was a threat to my team. I couldn't Volt Switch with that guy around, but now it's down. And this is great for me. In comes Laser Beam, his Kingdra. I gotta take this thing out in one shot, and I was thinking that he would go for an attack right here. And so I was thinking that he would attack me. He would get the Mummy ability with my ability because it spreads and neutralizes your own ability, which is probably Sniper. So right here, I was gonna plan to take out his Sniper ability from him so he couldn't have a 100% crit ratio. But anyways, Akhenaten gets critted, of course, because he has 100% crit ratio, and Akhenaten gets destroyed by a Draco Meteor, absolutely wrecked by it. But he doesn't get the Mummy ability, which is really strange. And I guess if my Cofagrigus gets knocked out, then that means that the Mummy ability won't be transferred over to him. So now he still has a 100% crit ratio. I bring in my Special Wall, which is Charlie, and even with a crit, Charlie survives with 1 HP like a beast, and he can get off a knockoff on this guy, and maybe do a bit of damage? Not a lot, and that only is like, what, like 20%? And I knock off his Scope Lens at least, and that doesn't really give him another chance to crit that well. And he goes for the Flash Cannon, finishing Charlie off, and he still gets a crit. So this Kingdra is a big threat. I could have Thunderbolted it twice when he focused energy, but now I'm gonna sack off a lot of Pokemon to this Kingdra, and this Kingdra is absolutely destroying everything on my team. It's a real powerhouse. I'm a firing my laser over all my Pokemon. It's destroying my entire team, just Draco Meteoring them, raining death and destruction on my entire team. So this Kingdra took out 3 Pokemon so far, and I believe my last Pokemon is my Darmanitan. And with Darmanitan, I could possibly win because he still has 3 Pokemon left, but I can Flare Blitz for the win and take out the rest of his Pokemon. And thankfully enough, his Kingdra at low enough HP so I could Flare Blitz it, and down goes his Kingdra. But I sacked up a lot of Pokemon right there to his Kingdra. I could have finished it off with my Manectric earlier, but no, I chose to switch out, and that was a stupid move on my part because now his Hitmontop could just stay in here, do a bit of damage to me, intimidate me, and I'm hoping to get past this Hitmontop, because if I get past Hitmontop, only his Flare Buff is left, and I could just KO it with a Flare Blitz possibly if it can't take it. But with his Burn, he doesn't take me out of close combat, and I could just keep Flare Blitzing him. But because of his Intimidate, he survives at like 10% HP, and now he can get off a Sucker Punch after that close combat and do even more damage to me. So this wearing down my Darmanitan really matters because his Flare Buff could just come in next turn and finish me off. But I'm hoping to Flare Blitz him and knock him out in one shot, maybe, because Darmanitan is a real powerhouse. And I believe I have a Life Orb in this Darmanitan, and not a Choice Scarf. So here comes this Slurpuff, his last Pokemon, Pori. He actually bred this himself, and he didn't use like any sort of Pokegen or something. But I don't knock out Slurpuff because he intimidated me earlier, and he can retaliate back with a Surf and knock my last Pokemon out, which is my Darmanitan. So that was a great battle, Zunjo. Your Kingdra really wrecked my team. It really just plowed through my entire team with this really hard-hitting, critical hit moves. So I hope you folks enjoyed this UU battle. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you did, and I'll see you folks next time!